What's up, Rock Club Foundation? We out here at the Detroit Climate Strike right now. Detroit Climate Strike, yep. We out here taking down the oil company's DTE, man. Taking it down, man. We want clean, renewable energies. We want affordable energy that's clean and green. And a part of us is this. And we got out here, man. We supposed to see the cops haven't even got here yet. So we got to get out here. If you please like, subscribe, and share. We're going to be live streaming all day long. So you guys have anybody want to say anything about the climate strike? People, come on out here. You look at all these people, man. These people are out here strong today. We haven't got started yet. We haven't even got started, so we out here. So this is what's going on. So I'm gonna try to give you all the information. So yeah, please keep up. If you want to support me and my channel, please subscribe, like. There's a donation button during the streams. You can donate to the channel that way. It's going to take about a month for me to get the revenue and stuff, but make another video about that. So, hey Erick, thank you for coming. So, alright. Does anybody want to say something about Detroit Climate Strike? Alright, we out here. We out here, Detroit Climate Strike. You want to say something to the people on the stream about the climate strike?
Sure.
This man want to talk to you guys. So what's going on?
We're out here basically as part of the International Day of Action for Climate, striking against our reliance on fossil fuels and politicians' inaction in the face of a global crisis. We're out here specifically calling out DTE for a resource plan for the next 15 years that's not actually very forward-thinking in its use of renewable energy. It's not. It doesn't give the people community control, and it's really just reinvestment in the same sort of technologies that have led us into this crisis. So we're not going to stand for it. We're not going to stand for them increasing our rates, and we're also, not going to stand for our politicians not doing anything about saving our environment.
Thank you for that. Do you have anything else to say? So you got a microphone out here. You going to be?
I am burying the microphone. I will not be speaking that much. I'm just holding it.
Well, I think it's speaking right now. Is anybody else here want to say something awesome? Thank you. That was very awesome. Epic. Good. Very epic. Very loving. Government against kills the ozone. Yep, that's right. Right, and it's very important for you to share the videos. I just did a video before about this whole topic about how we need to get together and share information like that, because 90% of scientists believe in this, or 97, and only 50% really believe in it or agree with this statement that climate change is a real thing. I think more people will agree, understand it, if there was more information being spread out there. So that's why it's important for you guys to spread information out here like this. What's really going on in the world, that we are we all want to live in the world that we see the skies blue again, and we live in the world that doesn't pollute anymore. We want to make we all want to live in the world that we all can look up and see the skies blue again. And we live in the world that don't play, and we all have the same hopes and same screen. We all look up at the same sky. We all breathe the same air. So water. Yeah, so that's really important. One day hopefully all the dreamers will come together to make the world a better place. And that's why I'm out here with the Rock Club Foundation, trying to bring all the dreamers together to make the world a better place, to get back to society as artists, as dreamers, as because I believe that us creative people are going to be the stewards of our society. Oh my God, Abby! you, Abby. The Spoon Lady Abby. See the epic activist helping with busking and helping with the artists. And she's definitely a big part of the Rock Club Foundation and her own foundations. And check her out. The Spoon Lady. She plays the spoons and runs just really cool, inspirational lady that lived all over the country and on the roads. So yeah, thank you so much, climate action people. Thank you so much, people. You guys, we gotta really take charge. So we got the climate action today. We got the walk for the homeless. This year is about mental health and helping the mental health crisis, because another thing is that this country not doing is dealing with mental health as a proper thing that we need to do, you know, and we're just sending people to jails. It's not dealing with the mental health issues, and that's a really bad thing. There's a lot of really things that are just coming down on the wall, and the country, the nation is just not ready to hit it's literally hitting the fan. And I'm glad that all the young people out here, climate change, it's global emergency, act like it. So I'm back to my jacket. I have that same thing. It's a emergency. You see that? It's on the back of my jacket. It's the same thing there. You got the kid for a hat out here. You got Michelle the Monday out here.
We want the Michigan Public Service Commission to hold DTE responsible. They're in a position, there's 3 people at the state level that are in a position to hold DTE responsible, and DTE needs to be responsible and accountable, especially as a monopoly in the state of Michigan, to the people, or give the people the power. Let's share this. Anything you didn't I want to mention that with the proper training, with the faith in the people, with the backing of those in power, listening to us, we can truly be the shining light the world needs to see to make a change. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we're union brothers.
Yes, sir. What union is that? Are you?
Wait, so you want news? Are you with the news? Channel 7 out here. Erick, I'm Erick the goat guy, everybody.
What's up, Erick? How are you?
Yeah, somebody just shot my goat.
Well,
And then also put down my house. You guys should maybe do a story about that. Have you heard about the goat guy?
No.
I haven't.
Yeah, I've been on Channel 7 before. They were my other goat guy.
Quick question.
Yes.
What year?
I don't know.
What year?
They don't care
Oh, since I
about me. The news don't care about me, but
We care about you, Erick.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.
All right, hey Michelle, hold up your beautiful sign you made. Whereas
I didn't make this, but
yeah, you helped. You was there the other night.
I helped make some signs, but not this one. Yeah, isn't it
Renewable
nice?
energy by 2030.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want completely renewable energy by 2030. Thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let these young people know that you care. So show you you're a mermaid. Look, you're a mermaid. Mermaid. She's a mermaid activist who is speaking up for the water and air.
Yeah, and I'm going to be selling my art. So if anyone is interested, I can show
Alright, does
some
anybody
art
else want to say
pieces.
something to the public? Hey, does anybody want to say something to the public? Looking for interviews.
This really ain't my thing like that. You are too, I guess.
Does anybody want to say something to the public? I don't know what these people are doing, but I don't know. I'm just out here glad that people out here. All right, you want to say something to the public or no?
Why not?
All right, well
Yeah, I'm down here from Monroe County where they're mining the purest frac sand in the hemisphere, and we can't even get air monitoring. They're sending this to Pennsylvania and Ohio, fracking, and sending the natural gas back up here to burn. DTE. Trying to get some air monitoring in my community, man. Breathing this stuff is like breathing asbestos in your lungs.
Yeah, big crowd. That was really
Thanks. All right, man. Thank you.
We're going to be out here for a little while, people. So. Who off? I off. Who's off? I off. Whose streets? Our streets. Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet?
Our planet.
Whose planet?
Our planet.
Whose planet?
Our planet.
Whose planet?
Our planet.
Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet? Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet?
Our planet.
Whose city? Our city. Yeah.
He's working with the Cressy Foundation.
Hey, you got something to say to the people? No. What about you? You got something you want to say to the people?
Go ahead, interview Taylor. Let's see. What people?
All the people on the internet.
Well, if we don't have a planet, nothing else matters. Number one issue.
When the hell are you looking at the GC, like the GCP? Okay. Let me ask somebody about that. Hey, everybody, that is downtown Detroit. Yep. All right. Somebody asked him about the GCP. Does anybody know anything about the GCP? Oh, we. Okay, and tell me more about that.
We use these as a beacon, pretty much to show people about climate change.
Okay.
We missed that 350 mark back in the 80s. We're already doing
Okay.
We need people to join our organization so we can bring awareness to America and to the world. Basically.
So you give me one if I sign up for your mailing list?
That's all we want is your name.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah, I'll give you my name. Let's do this. All right. My name is Erick Brown.
Oh, hold on, not even
I'm working on it. All right.
I love your tinfoil.
I made it myself out of recyclable goods. We got 10 teachers on how to recycle.
Excellent. Send them our way.
Well, tell me more about it, though. You got to tell me all you can. So we
Yeah, well, we'll be here all day. So this is the climate stick. We wear this as a beacon to promote climate talk and engage others on what we can do to reduce or remove our carbon footprint. Feel it. Not plastic. It's made from ground bean stalks and corn stalks into a resin, so it shows you what we can do without petroleum-based plastic.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And the rope is hemp. Each different color represents a different amount of CO2 in the atmosphere. The green being for 275 parts per million for 400,000 years. The black indicates when we started burning carbon in the Industrial Revolution, right around 1800. Thank you. And it goes all the way to where we are today. We're at 414 parts per million. The yellow and the red represent the amount of carbon that the fossil fuel industry has left on their books to burn. If they burn 20 to 25% of it, which is the yellow, we will hit the fossil fuel folly, which is the red, and there'll be no one here left to burn. Would you like to join our mass meeting?
I mean, I think give me my mailing list. You can send me more information.
Here you are.
And if you guys want to,
down right there.
you guys want to, hey, what's the name of your organization?
Climate Stick.
Climate Stick. All right, look them up on what, YouTube, Facebook.
We have a climatestick.org. And we're on Facebook.
All right, look them up, I guess.
Join our mass movement and the burning of carbon.
right.
You want her to hold that?
I can hold that while you sign up.
On the left, okay.
Want me to hold while you sign up?
Yeah, we are.
And that way people can watch you sign up.
Okay. What? Oh, yeah, just sign up right here. Okay.
Well, the black right there with black and
Alright.
yellow radio today.
I'm signing up for the newsletter.
The yellow and the red represent the amount of carbon that the fossil fuel has left over to burn or to sell to us. And if they burn 20 to 25% of it,
Oh, it ain't writing for you. Want me to write it for you?
Yeah.
Sure.
there will be no.
What's your first name?
Eric?
Eric.
Top of the yellow there. Top of the yellow.
Driving it?
We're not there yet. We're still in the
And your
yellow.
last
The
name?
yellow and the red total
Brown?
is what the fossil fuel has left over to burn.
Email it.
rockclubfoundation@gmail.com.
Rock Club.
Foundation@gmail.com.
Either for them to burn or just for somebody else to burn. And if the yellow represents the end of the burn,
Apple USD.
and if they burn
API
the red,
at Gmail.
there's no one here left to burn. Agriculture will not be able to do that. And this is
Is that a 10-4 hat? Yeah, it is.
What city are you in?
I guess Detroit at the moment.
What's your zip code?
I don't know. I move around a lot, so I just gave you my phone number. 425 623 9976.
I'm not as good as sleeping.
That's all right. That's okay. If we have someone who doesn't
Thank you so much.
look like me
Did you get one?
along with me, it helps.
Thank you so much. And you got a card, right?
Yeah, I will give you a card.
Perfect.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You have a good day.
All right, so we are walking around doing more activist work. Well, make sure you have anything to say to the people?
No, thank you. Sorry.
All right, we got people on the microphone now.
Are you in the house? We need you to come up to the front, please. Thank you. Fyiah, the artist. Fyiah.
Fire.
Not Fire, Fyiah, the artist, who's going to do a song with us. Please come up to the front. Fyiah, if you're present, come on up.
Hey, what's up with that copyrighted music, man? Making all my monetization now. I'm not making no money off this because of the music. Well, Does anybody want to say anything? All right, let's just read the science. Fossil fuel money is our lives. DTE is affordable renewable energy now. Okay. I don't know. Google.
This is something that we can do right now that will help save us from climate change is going vegan.
Okay.
Because animal agriculture is actually the #1 thing, more than transportation.
Okay.
$1 milk. No, sorry.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Hi, lady with the foil hat. I'm not a lady. I'm a guy.
Mom and grandma. Okay, cute. What is her name? I'm Taylor. Okay, I'm Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
We're from Indivisible number 9.
What are you guys with?
It's Indivisible.
Indivisible.
Indivisible. Have you heard of Indivisible?
No.
National
activist, progressive.
Indivisible was written by Washington staffers on how the Tea Party took over the government and how to use the same tactics to take it back, and we flipped some seats and we've been very active. We're in Ferndale and we meet at the Methodist Church on Ferndale the second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 7 o'clock. And so we support other people and other people support our
All right, awesome.
events.
Hey, so wait, I had two people ask me about GCP. You just mentioned that. You know what that is? Is that important?
GCB?
GOP.
I think they're.
That is GCP. GCP stands for Grand Circus Park.
Okay.
That's why it says Grand Circus Park is GCP.
Okay, never mind.
We were talking about the graduated income tax. And that
Okay, that's what you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, Babies Over Billionaires is working on petitions to make Michigan, to change our constitution to make it graduated income tax. So that's what you're thinking of. Oh, let's go by the.
Okay.
I can.
But I'll just meet you.
Okay, I want to just stay here.
They're not going to start walking.
Hi, how y'all doing? I'm Eric, the goat guy. Want to get a picture of me?
I don't think I'm going to.
I think they're starting.
Yeah, make sure you tag me, Eric, the goat guy.
Through your head.
They're not speaking yet. You're on, Marianne.
Okay.
What? Bicycle day. You don't have something to say?
No. Not right now. So it should be nice that you were kicking off.
Hey, what do you say? You got something to say? Hey, what do you say? We got something to say. Hey, who planet? Our planet. Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet? Our planet. Whose planet? Whose planet? Hey, you got something to say? Good jobs. You got something to say?
What?
System change.
System change.
Hey, what do you say? You got something to say? What you got to say?
What do I gotta say? Green New Deal now. It won't solve the problem, but it's a start, and we can't survive without it.
All right. Okay.
Also, death to capitalism.
Okay. You guys got something to say?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. All right, come hang out with us, man. We are cool people. Don't be afraid. Hey, lady with the floral hat.
Tomorrow, same thing. Just like walking around the Yeah. I did not. I borrowed it. Yes. 10 days.
You got 10 days. 10 days.
All right, all right, they're gonna get started. They say. Moving in.
Yeah, we should somehow connect. Yeah, we need some. You know, the public service.
Your whole foundation.
I know.
Okay, everybody, move on in. Move on in. We can't stay
Move
there.
on in.
Keep tight.
Excuse me. Some jacket over the seat.
Thank you. That's one of the most awesome hats I've ever seen. Go ahead, brother.
Put a chant so they know we ready.
All right, ready to get this thing started? I can't hear you. Are you ready to get this thing started? When our climate is under attack, what do we do? What do we do?
climate strike. But we're also here because we want to hold DTE, our energy provider, accountable. And so we're here because we want clean air, we want clean energy, and we want it now. There are a couple things I want you all to know before we get started. Number one, if you are wearing an orange hat, just raise your hand up in the air. Orange hats. So if you're an attendee, please look out for people with orange hats. They're going to be members of your safety team. They're going to be in charge of keeping us safe, making sure everything's in order. If you need anything, if you have any questions, go to them. The second thing I want to mention is there are people going around with sign-up sheets. It's important that we don't let this moment just be a moment. We want to make sure that we're building a movement. And so we need people to understand what the next actions are, what the next opportunities for engagement are. And so if you see someone going around with a clipboard signing you up, please sign up so you can just receive more updates on what's going on and what you can do to make a difference in terms of addressing the climate crisis. The last thing I'll mention before we get started is that in addition to having a rally, having a number of speakers here, we're also going to be demonstrating. We're going to be marching down Bagley to DTE headquarters. We're going to be holding a powerful demonstrations, and we're going to be letting our voices be heard by DTE and by the agencies in charge of regulating DTE. So again, can someone hold that up for me? So again, just to reiterate, we're going to be holding a rally here for about 30 minutes. At the end, we're going to be marching to DTE, which is a few blocks down the way, and we're going to be holding a demonstration. It's going to be good for all of you all to be there so we can make sure that DTE hears us loud and clear. All right, the last thing I'll say before we get started is, when our climate is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. Awesome. So the first speaker that we're going to have is a worker. He's an electrical worker. He wants to make sure that Michigan workers are building the economy of the future. We're talking about climate, yes. We're talking about clean air, yes. But we're also talking about opportunities for our workers. And so the first speaker, Theo, is going to come up here. He's a union worker. He's ready to get this thing started.
We need to get me in the hole because this heavy. I'm old.
You ain't old, Teresa. Cut that out. So, my name is Theo. I work with IBEW, that's International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 58. I'm a proud Detroit Union member. So I'm going to start this off kind of like I did in July. That's what I was told to do. So when I say Detroit, I want y'all to say Uniontown, Detroit is Uniontown, Detroit is Uniontown, okay? So Detroit is Uniontown. Detroit is Uniontown. Detroit is Uniontown. So as a construction laborer or someone who works in the construction industry, usually we follow the money. We follow the work, and so with that being said, we usually do a lot of work for the $1 million, $1 billion clients like DTE, like Marathon Oil. With that being said, though, we want to change that up. We want to be more accountable. We don't want money to be our only driving force. We have the power, we have the knowledge, we have the know-how to build America because we've done it, right? And we've done it with pride, and we want that opportunity to continue to do that by being accountable and being responsible to our planet, by being innovative, by being the shining light that America, that the world needs to see, right? We want that opportunity. We want that training to be passed around to the people who need the trainings for that just transition, right? So we want MPS, we want the Michigan Service Public Commission to actually do its job with DTE, and that DTE link with us to get this work done, because this work could be done and we could truly be the shining light that the world needs to be. So I am a captain. I used to be a football captain, so I'm going to end this like I got in my traditional way, okay? So I want everybody to get close. I want everybody to huddle up like if we was in a huddle on the football field or on the basketball. Get close, get close, get close. So when I count to three, I want everybody to say win. When I count to three, I want everybody to say win. I'll say it one more time. When I count to three, everybody say win. 1, 2, 3, win! Thank you. Give it up for Theo!
We good, we bounce back, we bounce back. All right, like Theo mentioned, this is about climate, yes, and this is about our workers. We want to just transition. When we're transitioning our economy from dirty fuels into clean, renewable energy, we want to make sure that our workers have those opportunities. If people are jobless, if people don't have opportunities, that's how hate spreads. And so we want to make sure that when we're building this new energy future, that our workers are at the front doing the work that needs to be done. Now, our next speaker is a solar company owner. For 5 years, he's been building a solar company that's serving the people of Detroit and even broader. And so we want, again, to give it up for solar energy, for wind energy, and we're going to have a speaker right now who's going to speak to those demands and speak to how we can build an economy based on solar. So give it up for Taji Ali Durrell. Detroit. Detroit.
I love seeing this right now, actually. This is very beautiful. Detroit has always been a connected city through our art, through our music, through our work, through our industry, and through our people. And so it's good seeing the solidarity that we have here that's showing up right in here for a just cause. So me, myself, I'm a product of Detroit. Born and raised on Detroit's west side. I made it my life's mission and purpose and work to bring clean energy and to show that this is a possibility for us in Detroit and abroad. So I built an organization called the Realize Your True Energy Results Cooperative Group, and we've been up for 5 years. We have put up 500 lights in Detroit and Highland Park that have been replaced for solar lights because DTE has taken the solar lights out of Highland Park back in 2011. So they literally came through the city, yes, and repossessed the lights. So we've been working to actually bring this back to the city because it helps to bring a new level of safety, security, and quality of life for the people in a very tangible type of way. Thank you, yes. And so what else we've done is, so we've been working to reverse a lot of the issues that have been plaguing the community with lack of solar. And for those who don't know, solar, wind, geothermal, all of these are technologies that are accessible to us and that we're pushing towards getting out into the community because it's our technology, it's for us. We've installed and consulted on 10 off-grid energy stations that have been put up in the community, so clap for that. Guess we have clap. Off-grid energy. As well as educated over 10,000 people, including citizens of Detroit, Highland Park, and abroad about the benefits of solar technology and how renewable energy can benefit our lives in a very practical and tangible type of way. At the end of the day, we're all looking for the same thing, right? Which is, food, access to food, access to clean water, and now energy is becoming one of those things that we use in our daily lives that now is becoming a necessity. And so at this point, we have an opportunity ahead of us that if we reach a point where we can no longer, if we don't change the practices, the greedy practices that large companies are using to devastate our environment, we'll get to a point where we can't reverse these issues, right? So now is actually the time to actually get these things done and actually speak up on this because at some point these things are going to be irreversible. And it's very good to see all the solidarity of all the people out here that actually believe in this and actually see the value in sustainable clean energy, because if we don't, there won't be any more opportunities for us to change and make these shifts. So only thing that we can do is do this through action. So what are some things that we can do to actually change and shift this? One, we can demand 100% renewable energy in Detroit by 2030. Yes. Clean energy by 2030. It's feasible, it's attainable. We've done case studies. There's many people that are on board with this in terms of organizations like myself, Greater Cooperative Industries, and other community organizations that are looking to push this effort forward for the next decade. So we definitely garner your support around that and taking energy into our own hands. Also, support local clean energy projects. Many of you may have a local clean energy project in your neighborhood. So what you want to do is try to see how you can get involved, how you can support those, and the more solar and wind and geothermal that's proliferated in the neighborhoods, the more decentralized the network becomes, and the more control we have to have over our own power. And then also, we all want clean and renewable energy, affordable energy, and community-owned energy. So can we just say community-owned energy? That's energy that we own. That's energy that's ours, that can't be taken away from us. And so, in closing, this is the only environment that we have. And so we have a responsibility to take care of it and to not put profits over the protection of our planet. The environment has to come first because we won't have any place to live and take care of after this. So in closing, we are Detroit, and we are the possibility of this sustainable future right here. Thank you all. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Taji one more time. All right, so like you said, we can build this new energy system. So I want you all to follow this chant. Who's grid? Who's grid? Who's grid? Who's climate? Who's climate? Who's climate? Who's future? Who's future? Who's future? All right, give it up for yourselves one more time. All right, before we get to our next performer, we're going to have one more chant. All right, repeat after me. Hey, you, DTE, we need clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we need clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we need clean energy. DTE, we need clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we need clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we need clean energy. All right. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. All right. So, our next person coming onto the stage is Fyiah. She's an artist from Detroit, born in Jamaica. Her new song, Victory, is out on her EP, Purity. She's an amazing artist. She's going to perform for us a song called Victory, because we got to win this. We got to win this. All right, so Fyiah, if you want to come on up.
Hey guys, we gotta be victorious. This song is called Victory because we're all winners. Let me hear you guys repeat after me. Victory is in the hands of the beholder. Yeah, put your hands up. For victory I came and I will prevail. Let me hear you guys say. Victory is in the hands of the beholder. Yeah. For victory I came and I will prevail. I came to conquer, I came to soar. I came to reign and I came for more. I'm on a mission to win. They try to knock me down, but I'm back at it again. Hey, see, I'm a leader of this lost generation. Too many people feeling separation. Oppression and depression taking over the nation. But all we need is a little cooperation. Let me just say, victory is in the hands of the beholder. Yeah, let me go. For victory I came and I will prevail. Let me hear you guys. Say, victory is in the hands of the beholder. Yeah. For victory I came and I will prevail. Let me hear y'all. We are. Let me hear y'all. We are. Let me hear y'all. We are victorious. We are victorious. See, winners reach at the conclusion of losing. My choice is to win, so this time I'm choosing to take the victory. To take the victory. See, winners reach at the conclusion of losing. My choice is to win, so this time I'm choosing to take the victory. To take the victory. Let me hear y'all say, we are. Let me hear y'all say, we are. We are say victorious. We are victorious. Let me hear y'all say, we are victorious. Say, we are victorious. Say, we are victorious. We are victorious. We are victorious. Hands up. We are victorious. Hands up. Say, we are victorious. Yeah, victorious. Yeah, victorious. Yeah, victorious. Yeah, victorious. Let me guys say, we are victorious. Say it again. We are victorious. Let's say it one more time. We are victorious. Say it one more time. We are victorious. Thank you guys. I go by the name of Fyiah.
Give it up for Fyiah! All right. We need some energy. I want you to say, we will win! 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 All right. All right, so our next speaker, her name is Teresa Landrum. She lives in 48217, a zip code that's been deemed the most polluted in the state. When we talk about climate change, we have to talk about the people that are on the front lines of the climate crisis. Black, brown, low-income communities. And so Teresa's going to speak to the experience of what it means to live under the shadows of a coal-fired power plant, of Marathon Oil, of other companies that are polluting our air, poisoning our children. So give it up for Teresa Landrum.
Are we ready? Are we fired up? We fired up with pure, clean energy, not fossil burning fuels. Clean energy in 10 years is what is needed to turn what we have done to Mother Earth around. I live in the shadows of Marathon Oil Refinery and the DTE coal power plant. And I want to tell you some of the things that we suffer in my community. Living there all my life, I have seen hundreds of my residents, families and friends die from cancer. We had the highest asthma rate among our children. We have been deemed the most polluted, as Justin said. Not only have we been deemed the most polluted, we have been deemed the epicenter of the pediatric burden in Lower Wayne County. We suffer from high rates of cancer, COPD. We have lung disease, brain cancer, bladder cancer, and you ever heard of this? We have nasal cancer. So what we're breathing is impacting us. I would love to see the workers of DTE and Marathon and other fossil burning fuel companies transition their workers to solar panels and wind turbine energy.
Yeah!
We have been hit hard for decades in my community. But guess what? What impacts me impacts you. This is a climate emergency. This is not just climate change. This is a climate crisis. This is global. And as we go forward, what do we have to leave? What is our legacy going to be for our children and our grandchildren? I have a 1-year-old grandchild. In 2030, she'll just be 12 years old. In 2050, she'll just be 32. And if we don't turn this around by 2030, Mother Earth will be too hot to sustain human life, animal life, and plant life. The irreparable harm that we have done and the fossil fuel burning industry has done is so irreversible that the science has said that it's projected that 30% higher than what they had anticipated is what's happening to our Earth. So what we need now is clean energy in 10 years. What we need now is a just transition to clean energy. What we need now is for people like DTE to understand that when they produce energy, they kill the population. When Marathon produce their petroleum, what do? They kill a community. And when you kill one community, you hurt all communities. So we're out here today to talk about clean energy in 10 years. 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 Just transition. Just transition. It's all about profit. And we, the people here, know that the people that are in the shadows of Marathon and DTE are the casualties of corporate greed. And it must stop now.
Yes!
We must have them agree to go clean, net zero by 2030 in order for us to have a livable future for our children and our grandchildren. So what we need, clean energy in 10 years. Clean energy in 10 years. Clean energy in 10 years.
Clean energy in 10 years. Clean energy in 10 years. Clean energy in 10 years. Clean energy in 10 years. All right, give it up for Teresa one more time. Yes, we need a just transition. A just transition means transition for our workers, transition for communities on the front lines. So what do we want? A just transition. When do we want it? Now! When do we want? Just transition. When do we want it? Now! When do we want? Just transition. When do we want it? Now! When do we want? Just transition. When do we want it? Now! All right. So next up, we're going to have a special guest. Michael Moody is the Division Chief of the Special Litigation Unit at the Attorney General Office. Attorney General Dana Nessel has been working hard for communities, standing up against rate hikes, standing up against Trump and his energy policies and emission standards. And so we want to stand with the Attorney General, but we also want to make sure that her office is standing with us. So next we're going to have Michael Moody, who's going to speak to those issues. Michael, give it up for Michael.
Yeah! All right.
Well, I don't know if I'll be as entertaining as some good music and some great speakers here, but I want to thank you for having me here, and on behalf of Attorney General Dana Nessel, thanks for supporting her in her fight for clean energy and lower rates. Since taking office, Attorney General Dana Nessel's top priorities has been clean energy and working for lower rates for all Michigan's customers around the state. On the climate change front, Attorney General Dana Nessel has been challenging the Trump administration, rolling back the regulations on greenhouse gas and emissions. Particularly, she's been working with the different states around, about 10 different attorney generals around the state, challenging the, Trump decision on the Clean Power Plan and the replacement of it with other, weaker regulations. Sorry about that. We're working to fight against Trump's actions to roll back the emission standard for cars. Okay, thank you. And to revoke the California waiver. They're working to fight Trump's rollback of the energy efficiency standards, and she's been fighting on the against the opening up the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge for the oil and gas exploration. But more importantly, and more dear to my heart than what I do at the office, she's been working at the Public Service Commission, working to keep the rates low. I don't know if a lot of people know, but every day at the Public Service Commission there is energy cases happening, dealing with information and stuff that directly impacts the people of the state. As a chief consumer advocate, the Attorney General has been fighting on your behalf. In fact, since January, the Attorney General has saved ratepayers $350 million. All right! And some of the recent cases dealing with this, like today, we just had a case come out in the Upper Peninsula. It's the Upper Peninsula Power Company, and just this morning, the Commission ruled in favor of the Attorney General and the Citizens Against Rate Access. And in that case, we were successful in getting up-to request for a natural gas power plant, removed, and putting in 150 megawatts of clean solar power for the Upper Peninsula. On top of that, the Attorney General has been working on, and I'm sure you're familiar with, the DTE Energy rate case. That case, the DTE Energy requested $351 million in rate increases, and on behalf of you, the Attorney General has filed testimony arguing not only should there not be a rate increase, but you should get a rate decrease for all. And in addition to that, she's been working on low-income programs and stuff to help with the energy burdens, increase the low-income energy projects so that more people can afford more in their house and have electricity. I wanted to say, especially from the Attorney General's office, that she couldn't do this without the different partners that we have here. I know Solidarity and the Sierra Club and stuff. They've been great partners with the Attorney General. We work with them, or I work with them personally at the Public Service Commission, fighting for lower rates and clean energy. And I really appreciate the Detroit Climate Strike Coalition and everyone else here, and the office to open the questions, and working with you guys, Justin, and everything else. It's been really great. Thank you.
Give it up for Michael one more time. Okay, let me say before you leave, if you have any questions for the Attorney General for our government, Michael is right over here. So use this as an opportunity to ask questions, to challenge, etc. So I want to make one more comment before we keep going, and that is that the Michigan Public Service Commission is in charge of keeping DTE accountable. The Michigan Public Service Commission is in charge of keeping DTE accountable. And so we need to make sure that the Michigan Public Service Commission actually does their job in challenging DTE and making sure that rates are low and making sure that energy is clean. And so there is a table. Where's the table? Bridget, where's the table? Bridget? There's a table back there where that DTE report card is.
That table's moved, so you can give us okay. The table went back to the Swords of the Plowshares Gallery. So if you fill out those cards, bring them to me. It's super important that you do. One of the biggest things that we're going to get out of this event today is we're going to send hundreds of comments to the Michigan Public Service Commission, and I'm going to be standing right here, so come see me, okay?
And those handouts that she's talking about look like this. Inside, there's an opportunity for you to write comments and then bring them to us, and we'll make sure that your comments and your demands get to the Michigan Public Service Commission. Sorry about that. All right, next up, Nicole. We're going to have someone speak on the importance of affordable energy and stopping rate hikes. So give it up for Nicole.
Well, thanks for having me here. I'm just going to speak from the heart. I'm not good at writing speeches. So, as a Detroit resident, as a single mother, as a citizen, what DTE is doing not only to the planet, but to our communities is deplorable. The way that rates are hiked up and they expect our most vulnerable people in our community to be able to afford to pay for fossil fuels that are killing our neighborhoods, our environment, destroying our water is just horrendous. They continue to hike up rates with the help of the Michigan Public Service Commission, by the way. Let's not leave them out because they're not doing their job as well either. It's saddening and disheartening while we sit and watch things like DTE CEO Gerard Anderson getting paid 91 times the median income of his employees. But yet still, if you can afford to hike your own income, your own salary up 91%, but you can't afford to make rates affordable for the very people that need them the most, this is not a southern state where, well, you can't even say that anymore because thanks to climate change, southern states have snow now too. So, just to say that there are people here that are dying because they can't afford electricity and heat while he sits somewhere in a nice, cozy room counting his dollars is horrendous to me. And the fact that the Michigan Public Service Commission is doing absolutely nothing to make sure that the rates are affordable for people. Also, and not making sure that they switch over to clean, renewable energy sources is just beyond me. So it is vitally important that each and every one of us take that 5 minutes to write that comment to the Public Service Commission and let them know that we need not only clean energy, but we need it to be affordable for all of our residents, not just the ones that they deem entitled and elite, but all residents. There should be no one in the state of Michigan that cannot afford to heat their home. There should be no one in the state of Michigan that is not able to turn a light on to show their child how to do homework. There should be no one in the state of Michigan that cannot afford water. There should be no one in the state of Michigan who should have poisoned water because of pipelines running under the Great Lakes. They have money for all of this, but they don't have money to help the people, the citizens, that whether they realize it or not, without us, there would be no reason for DTE to exist. They make money off of us, and they owe us to do the right thing.
Hey, how y'all doing today? I was just walking down Woodward and I seen y'all protesting, doing what y'all doing, and I just really felt like this was the perfect opportunity for me to stop by and voice my opinion to the public. Just to let y'all know, my name is Michael Marzell. I was named after my family was named after the Moorish Americans.
Okay.
And I'm not speaking to offend anybody that's not of my descent, but I'm simply speaking the truth. I feel like one of the biggest truths, you know, one of the biggest truths that's untold is the Native American history. As I'm speaking, I'm a Native American. My family is from the Cherokee tribe. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we don't get valued enough as indigenous Americans. I feel like we don't get respected enough as indigenous Americans. With that being said, you know what I'm saying, y'all, we speaking about the pollution, the air pollution, the chemicals that's destroying our communities. Your segregation, integration was the worst thing that ever happened to us as a community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to reiterate what he's saying, which is that we need to be paying attention to the intersections of this issue. Again, it's not just the air, it's not just the climate, but it's also making sure that people who are indigenous, people who are black and brown, that the communities on the front lines that have their water poisoned, light shut out, water shut out, need to be prioritized and need to be thought of when we're thinking about this issue. So give it up for him one more time. All right, so our last speaker is a rock star. Her name is Michelle Martinez. She is the statewide coordinator for the Michigan Environmental Justice Coalition. And she's going to close us out, and then we're going to have one more announcement, and then we're going to get started marching to DTE. So give it up for Michelle.
Thanks, Roland. I'm going to ask you all to close your eyes.
I would ask at that table.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, look at the
Give
table.
yourself a warm hug.
I'm filming.
And imagine yourself. It's 2040. It's 2040.
Unless you want to film.
And we've averted the climate crisis. And we've torn apart systemic oppression. And we have an active and live democracy. No one's heat is getting shut off in the winter. It's warm. It's toasty next to the fire. We can walk to school without being afraid of violence. We can go to a job that pays us money to support us. There's no debt. There's no debt crisis. Our grandparents are loved. They're cared for, and they have need for nothing. Trees are blowing in a soft wind, and we treat each other with loving kindness. We've melted down the AKs and made them into statues of civil rights warriors and indigenous rights activists. We have a live and wonderful partnership with sovereign nations all over the Americas, and a right of migration for people who need sustenance, a home, and a place. These are the futures that we're fighting for. And it's not a fight because we can't imagine what the future is. It's a fight because fascist governments, the rich, the greedy, take from us every month the work, the money, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the 6 a.m. alarm clocks, the long bus rides. They take every minute of our lives so that they can put it in the stock exchange and they can trade it amongst themselves while we toil 12, 14, 18 hours a day to be put further and further in debt. We get DTE bills in a month every month. Who gets a DTE bill in the mail every month, in your mailbox every month? And who thinks, God, how the fuck am I gonna pay this? How many people in this city don't have the wherewithal to put heat in their homes, and they have to decide whether or not they're gonna buy their grandma their fucking medicine, or they're gonna pay the DTE bill to keep their lights on? We have way too many people who have to make that decision every day. That's a reality in Detroit. And we're sick of it. We're sick of being hamstrung every day to pay for shit. And you know what we're paying for? We're paying for a natural gas, fracked gas build-out in the Marcellus Shale. We're digging pipelines up to pay DTE shareholders to build Nexus, a 50% holding company with Enbridge, to put that under the Great Lakes, so in 50 years we have to fight them again to protect our waters again. We know that while they're promising us a clean energy future and a net zero future, that's a lie. That they're greenwashing, that they're telling us that, you know what, we're going to go net zero by 2050. Read it in the news, and then ask them how, and they said, well, we don't know, but we think that it's a great media tagline. That's what we're fighting. We're fighting every day. The AG is fighting for us to keep our rates low so that we don't have to fight unnecessary pipelines. We're fighting every day so that the rates stay low, so we don't have to pay for another generation of frack gas, because one more well in the ground is too many. One more well in the ground is too many, and we already know that the budget is up. We already know that the COP has told us. We already know what the IPCC has told us. We already know enough. We don't need more science. We need solutions, and we need it now. Put our people to work. Put our people to work to renovate grandma's home so that the heat is not going out the window. Put our people to work to put up solar panels on this building and that building and that building and that building, so we know where the energy is coming from. And I want that to be owned by us. I want this guy and oh wait, it's all the same guy, to be paying us for energy and not DTE shareholders, which he is. It's the same damn people. That's how we should be functioning right now. It's our energy. It's our time. And if we don't take it back, we don't have a future. So take it back. 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 So when I close my eyes, I imagine one thing. I imagine a parade of roses. Imagine yourself walking down 4th Street from the Ambassador Bridge to Marathon, and we're dancing in the street. We're celebrating. We have kids running down the street. Because guess what? Marathon Oil is closing. And every person walking out of that facility has a job. They have a home. Their kids have an education. They have a right to a future. Every person in the neighborhood of Southwest Detroit is walking with them because they're promised a job and they're promised an education and food on the table every day, and to want not. And we're regenerating our lands. We're giving our farmers and the urban agriculturalists and the people who make art and culture a living wage to be them. Not to produce anything for some asshole on the other side of the world who's bombing somebody who we don't even know with our tax dollars. That's what we're marching for.
Amazing. Give it up for Michelle! Give it up for Michelle! If we don't get it, shut it down! 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 Okay, give it up for yourselves one more time. Okay, so again, like I mentioned at the top, we're going to be marching to DTE. This is a few blocks away. We understand that there's some people who may not feel comfortable walking for accessibility concerns. And if you are one of those individuals that does not feel comfortable walking for accessibility concerns, raise your hand. Who has a car? There's a white car right where I'm pointing. There are a couple spots. If you want to be driven, go to that car. If there are more than 5 people, we can make multiple trips. But we want as many people as possible. As many people as possible. Showing up at DTE's front door and telling them that if we don't get it, shut it down. 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 Okay, so thank you for having me. We're going to close it out with Antonio, who's going to explain the march route, and then we're going to go that way, and we're going to march all the way to DTE. So Antonio, close us out, and let's get to the march.
It's actually about that time for us to start moving.
So, the first thing that everybody needs to know is,
I'm sorry, we don't.
pay attention to the people in the orange hats. They're the ones who are
helping us out. They're lubricating us getting through here. And we're going down Bagley. Bagley's going to take a slight right, and we're going to turn right up First Street, and that's where we're going to enter DTE property. Once we're there, pay close attention to the people in the orange hats once again, because technically we don't have permission to be on their property. We're going to be doing this die-in thing. So we have to pay attention because at some point the police might ask us to leave. And this is a yellow light action. We are not risking arrest. Nobody here is supposed to be risking arrest. So we're trying to keep it safe and keep it 100 like that. So we will be on DT's property. And once we get there, there's going to be a globe on the ground. And we're going to surround that globe. And then a bunch of Detroit high school students and Detroit youth will read a couple prompts at which you'll lie down and die in. And at that point, we're going to have some other readings from some youth. And Brielle is going to do a meditation. And then we're going to dip over to Beacon Hill for hot chocolate and cookies. Does that sound good? Okay. Hey. So we're taking the streets. Follow myself and Theo and these signs right here. And once we get to Bagley, which is a street over there, we're taking the streets, okay?
Hey!
All right, stay safe, everybody.
Hey, we're important, everybody. Please share the event on social media. If you haven't already, you got the power in your hand. The cell phones is the most important thing you can do. If you can look me up, Erick the Goat Man. I'm streaming the entire event. Erick the Goat Man, get on your phone.
If you're interested, there's a movie at Moratorium Now.
They share the event. I don't know why the
Let's roll out. Let me slide right by you, please. Let me slide right by you.
You guys gotta share the event, okay? Everybody, Erick the Goat Man. Remember me, I used to have the goat. Come on. Get on your phone, share the live stream.
Yeah, well, not over them.
Okay?
I know, I knew what you meant.
Hey, can I tell everybody to share the event on the social media? That's all I want to say.
Can you say what?
Can I just tell people to make sure that they share the events on your social media and let people know what we're doing?
Yeah. Stay in the middle because people can't hear the chant.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. You can share the event. What do you mean?
I want to tell people to share the event over the megaphone. So I don't know if they can hear me.
No, sorry, I can't do that right now.
Well, I guess the organizer of the event is against social media. But I still want you guys to share the event, even though the organizers of the event is clearly against telling people to share the event on social media. I mean, you want to tell them for me, or are you against me being on the microphone?
Well, it's just that I don't think it's that useful. Hang on, sorry, I just have to help with the chants right now. Maybe later.
Wait, let's go tell them. Okay. Lila and Ellie.
No. Even though I've been helping out for the last week and giving my social media, I can't. Hey, I have a YouTube channel, Erick the Goat Guy. Yeah, check it out. Will you share the live stream?
We demand clean energy. We demand clean energy. We demand clean energy.
No, I want to get the.
We demand clean energy.
Erick the Goat Guy on YouTube. Check it out. Share the event. Share the live stream. Erick the Goat Man.
Oh, I see you.
Erick the Goat Man. Share it.
Sorry for a goat man.
Thank you, man. Hey, share the event. Let people know. Erick the Goat Man. What's up?
Hey.
You want to say something to the people?
Yes, I'd love to say something. There's something called the Green New Deal. But Marianne Williamson's platform not only says the Green New Deal is needed, it's a beginning, it's not an end. We need actually to take these industries that have polluted and turn their corporate might into the cleaning might that this country needs. We need a World War II level of mass mobilization toward changing how our industries operate. We need to support clean energy, and those companies that have embraced fossil fuels and embraced the poisoning of our country have the capability to change. They have to have the desire to change. It's time to move from the dark that's been present to light and make it right for the people. All right, thanks.
Hey, what's up? You got anything to say to the people?
Which people?
On my YouTube channel, Erick the Goat Guy. I'm Erick the Goat Guy. I have a YouTube channel. I got a few thousand subscribers.
Oh yeah, I've got something to say to them. They need to go talk to their neighbor. If they don't know their neighbor's names on both sides, above, below, we're in a problem.
All right.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Did you want something more inflammatory?
I mean, you can do whatever you want to say, man. Well, I just want to at least hear what you people got to say. That's why I'm out here.
All right, take care.
What do you like?
Yeah.
Have anybody seen my Monday girlfriend? Okay. Have anybody seen alright. I love you, sweetheart. Hey, mermaid. Hey. Well, let's try to get to the front.
We demand clean energy! We demand clean energy! We demand clean energy! We demand clean energy!
Yeah, no.
Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! Just transition!
Hey, you got anything to say to the people?
When do we want it?
Save the
planet!
Yeah!
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! Power grid! Power street! Power grid! Just transition! No! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! Just transition! When do we want it? Now! Now! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
Yeah, we're watching.
Shut it down!
Shut
it
down!
Oh, sorry.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
You know what?
Shut it down!
down.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
Hold straight.
High Street.
Hold straight.
High Street.
Hold straight.
High Street.
Hey, watch out, bro. In the way of the banner. Hold straight.
High Street.
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 I believe that we will win. 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 I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win. Hey. I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win. Shut it down.
If we don't get it,
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 Shut it down. Shut it down.
if we don't get it,
Shut it down. 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 Shut it down.
DTE, change your gears, no more oil in 10 years. DTE, change your gears, no more oil in 10 years. DTE, change your gears, no more oil in 10 years. DTE, change your gears, no more oil in 10 years. DTE, no more oil. DTE, no more oil. DTE, no more oil. DTE,
Change your gears.
no more oil.
In 10 years.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy.
Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy.
Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy.
Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy.
Hey, you, DTE,
We demand clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy.
hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy.
Here it is.
They turned my power off for 4 weeks. Now I found my room. I had no internet. What's what happened?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to say something?
I had no power.
really bad. We got no power, yep. That's what we got. We got no power, people.
We don't get it. Shut down. 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 Shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. We don't get it. Shut it down. We don't get it. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Stand up, fight back. Shut it down. Shut it down. We don't get it. Shut it down.
Yeah, son. Right, exactly. Give us energy. Give us free renewable energy.
I'm charging my phone with solar panel.
I'm sorry?
I'm charging my phone with a solar panel.
Are you really?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it. What's the hat for?
It's so I can communicate with higher beings. I'm trying to communicate with higher beings because I think the government holding out on technology. I started learning after the Area 51, and you can only the government because we think that the government holding out on technology.
Hey, you! Yeah. Well, that's good. Let me know what you find out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like you guys are higher beings.
What?
I have a high sense of what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. Well, hey, let me know how it goes.
All right. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share.
Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. 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 Hey, you, DTE. Everybody else kind of fill in the circle over here. Everybody else fill in the circle. Detroit High School students and young people in the grass over here. Hey, you, everybody closer to the globe, closer to the globe. Everybody move closer to the globe.
Okay, it's not a globe, it's a two-inch zone. Look at it. Both sides over here. Because it's bigger.
So beautiful.
Go to the clip.
All right, we made it, everybody. This is the globe that we made the other day. If you watched the stream, please, if you haven't, please watch the stream the other day that we made where we was making the globe. It was epic.
Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean energy. Hey,
energy. Hey, you, DTE, we demand clean 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 energy.
Hey, everybody, thank you guys for coming out.
Quiet down.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to read off a number of statements. If that statement impacts you, you're going to lie down and quote unquote die. All right? So we're going to read off a couple of statements, and then once everybody's down, the youth will read some of their thoughts about this issue. If you or someone you love has felt the impacts of climate change, be it from displacement, flooding, or other climate emergencies, please lie down and die. If you've dealt with power outages, water shutoffs, or otherwise had your power taken away, please lie down and die. If you know anyone suffering from cancer, pollution, or environmental racism, please lie down and die. If you depend on heating your home or using electricity from an unresponsive, outdated monopoly corporation, please lie down and die. That's everybody. That's everybody right there. If you can, please lie down and die. Get nice and cozy. All right. So we're going to be down for about 10 minutes, and we're going to have some youth read their statements.
My name is Natalie. I am from University Prep Academy Middle High School in Detroit. I am a part of the Elite program held there. We're here today to help stop CO2 from spreading. We have a future, and to be able to see that future, we need to stop using fossil fuels and use more renewable energy sources. I want my family to be able to breathe clean in an environment not with so much pollution in the air. There isn't a point for DTE to make any money if there isn't a future for us. That's why we say, don't be a fossil fool, do it for our future.
Hello, my name is Isaiah Chambers, and I'm also a part of the DELETE program from University Preparatory Academy. In the world we live in, people are choosing money over our future. If they continue, this will all die. DTE has a monopoly over Detroit. If they switch over to renewable energy instead of fossil fuel, we could have a future. A future brings time, and you can use that time to make money. So don't choose it over our future.
Speak as loud as you can into that microphone. They can't hear in the back.
Hello to all. My name is Ray, and I am from Detroit, Michigan. And to whom it may concern, don't do this. Don't destroy the little bit that we have. Do not destroy the little bit of family. Don't destroy our lives. Don't destroy our relationships. Don't destroy our energy. We want energy democracy. Ooh, I'm still playing.
My name is Eleanor. I'm 17 years old and I'm a high schooler in Detroit, Michigan. In school, they tell us to think about the future a lot. Study a lot to do well in your SATs. It will affect your future. Watch what you post on social media and be careful online. It will affect your future. Apply to college now and keep up your grades. It will affect your future. Lately, I wonder, what future? When you go to DTE's website, the first sentence you see is net zero emissions by 2050 because their future is our top priority, written over a picture of a young girl running through a field. I can't help but find this ironic because if DTE actually cared about kids' future, they would be doing more than having net zero emissions by 2050. 10 years to total climate catastrophe. 10 years. I understand that the shift to net zero emissions is not simple, it's not easy. But do you know what else is not simple, is not easy? The knowledge that all my preparation for the future is for nothing, because in 10 years I won't have one. My youngest cousin will be 13 in 10 years. How am I supposed to explain to him that he doesn't get to have a future because the adults that were in charge didn't care enough to give him one? Doesn't DTE understand? By 2050 it will be too late for the girl running through the field, too late for my cousin, too late for me. I had to miss school to attend this rally. The attendance officer at my school would tell me that by missing class I'm jeopardizing my future. But what she wouldn't understand is that by missing class today, I'm ensuring that my future will still exist. By striking, by speaking out against companies like DTE, by making our voices heard, we are ensuring our futures and the futures of so many others. Missing some school today, that does not really affect my future. But the outcome of all this protesting and rallying and speaking up, that will affect all of our futures. I hope that DTE hears my message, our message, and comes to realize what everyone here already knows. That time is running out and the switch to renewables needs to happen now. Please, for all of our futures.
Hi, my name's Lydia. I'm from DAM, Detroit Area Youth Uniting, Michigan. Okay. 2 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, an autoimmune disease that attacks your thyroid, causing hypothyroidism. According to the National Center for Biotechnology Information, factors that increase autoimmune thyroid disease risk include radiation exposure, both from nuclear fallout and medical radiation, increased iodine intake, as well as several contaminants in the environment that influence the thyroid. And where I live in Wayne County has one of the highest amounts of pollution in Michigan, and coincidentally also has the largest percentage of people of color in Michigan. For 4 years now, I have been experiencing the symptoms of hypothyroidism. On average, I sleep 14 to 19 hours a day. I have gained 50 pounds, I have constant intense muscle pain, and at times my thyroid is so swollen that it hurts to even swallow and I feel like I'm choking. Last year, I missed 15 days of school in around 8 weeks because I couldn't wake up in the mornings, and because of this, I was put on an attendance policy. I told my mom I feel like a young person in an old person's body. People believe we have time, but I know we do not. I feel the effects of pollution every day.
Hi guys, I'm Mia Moberly. I'm 17 and I'm from Downriver. Basically my story is I live between an abandoned steel mill and an abandoned hospital, and I'm less than a block away from the river where, as you might know, like a week ago, a uranium contaminated site just collapsed into it. So I also live shadowed under the clouds of the Trenton Channel Power Plant, which is DTE. And lately I've been really feeling my mortality, which is something that a high school student should not have to deal with. My best friend Lydia is suffering, my family is suffering, and I know that I have suffered and will suffer from this pollution. My grandma has survived rare forms of cancer 3 times, and her sister eventually passed away from dealing with other health issues. And this can all be linked to the fact that their childhood home was coated with soot every day. The black clouds looming over my city are a constant reminder that my future will play out in the same way. It's just the truth that we're living with the highest pollution levels in Michigan. In Wayne County, the sulfur dioxide levels in the air are considered unhealthy by the EPA. That is unacceptable. Among the worst polluters are the River Rouge and Trenton Channel power plants. According to the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality, it's estimated that 64 people die from illnesses related to air pollution every single year, and that's in Wayne County alone. And I want Peters and Dingle to know that when they take money from fossil fuel companies, they are literally poisonous. The Trenton Channel Power Plant will be closing in a few years, which means there will be plenty of space for clean energy. However, for me, my friends, and my family, the damage has already been done. It's crucial for our generation to do what the generations before us neglected, and that's thinking about the future. Your kids are dying, your grandkids are dying, and this is a war against time. We have unfortunately been drafted. It is absolutely necessary for our government to act now before we die.
My name is Tania Smith. I am from Detroit, Michigan, and I am part of Afro Future Youth. I am going to go go off of my paper that I wrote today because I was just touched by being here today. I am a victim of DTE energy. Because my mom was a few dollars short, they cut us off. My mama did not have the money to get us a place to live, so we lived 2 weeks without heat and light. We had to use flashlights. We had to wash in the dark. We had to do things in the dark. It didn't take until my uncle had to pay $2,000 to get our lights cut back on. This is a serious problem. This is affecting everything. We need renewable energy right now.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to drop this. All right, now we have Brielle, an awesome yogi, hula hoop dancer, and gonna be guiding us through a meditation before we end this die-in.
As I sit here with you all on this land, I'm just really present to the power of the people, to our collective power, and I'm present to the reality that this land that DTE is on, this land is housing violence that is impacting our communities that we have heard so much from. And so part of what we have to do is to heal our relationship to the land. And so I invite you to breathe with me, to visualize with me, and to really connect to this land so that we can begin to heal. So if you feel comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes and to really deeply connect to the land that you are on. Take a deep inhale, filling your belly with air and feeling the expansiveness of your spirit rising to the heavens and dancing among the stars. And as you exhale, ground into the earth as if you are the roots of a tree, burying deep below the surface, interconnected, rooted in the strength of your ancestors and of your community. A deep inhale, filling up with our collective strength, unity, and oneness. And an exhale to release that which keeps us separate and disconnected from our neighbors. Inhale to feel the depth of the pain and the sorrow caused by climate change. And an exhale to release that suffering into the support of the earth beneath you. A breath for the 7% of lives lost in our county to air pollution from fossil fuels. A breath for the disease created by dirty energy. A breath for our neighbors impacted by unjust utility shutoffs. When one in our community suffers, we all suffer. And so we send the strength of our collective breath to those who need it most. We send our breath to the most marginalized in our communities who will feel and are feeling now the impacts of climate change first and most. Our breath is sacred. Our breath is the foundation of life. And we refuse to let corporations like DTE pollute our air, restrict our breath, restrict our life. We refuse to allow our communities to be left in the cold and be denied a right to affordable energy. So let us visualize and co-create the just and sustainable future that we wish to bring into existence. Call in our ancestors and our spirit guides to hear our prayer and help us bring it into fruition, to guide us into alignment with this vision.
So I invite us to fast forward to 2030, having realized this dream of a sustainable future. We have 100% renewable energy. We have democratic control of energy. Our air is clean for all to breathe freely. Food and water and shelter and heat are a human right, and all are provided for with no one left behind. All are housed. All have clean water. Our people are free. Our people are free. We are living in right relationship with the land. We are living in alignment with our commitment to the earth and the liberation of all. We are free of the environmental impacts of animal agriculture and factory farming. We are free of the detrimental health impacts caused by dirty energy, by animal agriculture. We care for ourselves and our neighbors and the earth radically and holistically. We love and support one another. We are in integrity to the highest good of all beings. Each person is living as a beneficial presence on this planet. And Generation X is a living testament to that possibility of a sustainable future that we co-created, remember, back in 2019. And now they are passing on an even greener, more sustainable, healthier, more just, accessible, equitable future to their grandchildren and their grandchildren's children. And we have healed our relationship to the earth, and so we healed our lineage. What else do you see in 2030? Call it in. Name it.
What else?
What else do you see in 2030?
End to capitalism.
Yeah. What else do you see in 2030? Yes. What else do you see in 2030? Clean water. What else do you see in 2030?
We living on Mars. No, blame.
Decolonization. Yes.
We take it back. Greenways.
Yes.
Safe, culturally appropriate food.
Yes. Yes.
No more prison!
Yes. All have enough to eat. All have access to fresh produce. We are co-creating that future right now. It's happening right now as we speak it, as we set the intention, as we breathe in our collective breath. So let's take a few more breaths together, and I invite you to let your neighbor hear your breath. If there's someone nearby you and they consent to it, maybe grab the hand of someone next to you, knowing that we are in this together. And get a little bit of warmth from your neighbor.
It's cold.
Take a deep inhale, filling your belly. Exhale, release it out. A deep inhale. And exhale. And once more, a deep inhale. And exhale. Thank you for breathing with me, with each and every one of us here in this community. We are creating this. It is possible. And now that we're coming back to 2019 and December 6th, we know that we are shaping change in this moment. And so it is.
If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it. All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming.
And make sure you share.
Which is over there to the left. We have cookies and hot chocolate, so you guys can go warm up over there. Thank you guys so much. Give your sons a round of applause.
Hey, make sure you tell everybody to share the event on your Facebook. Share the event on your Facebook. Look for me on YouTube, Erick the Goat Man. Share the videos. Share everything. Use your power of social media for good. Share. You can come out here. Stand in the cold. If you can stand, come out here and stand in the cold with us. You guys can share the video. You guys, if we can stand out here in the cold, or you at home can share the video.
So later, the Light Brigade is going to have a light photo demonstration after that. So come hang out.
Hey, share the video. Share. With your friends, let us know what's going on. Alright. I need to buy a megaphone.
We're going to have a return at Beacon Park. I gotta go back.
Hey, Erick the Goat Man on YouTube.
Yeah. Thanks, Erick. Sorry, I couldn't announce you earlier.
I don't know why you want to.
Dress on? I just had to do the cheers.
I don't know. I just felt like you couldn't make time for me. Because I'm like, have more subscribers than the news out here, man. I'm like the news. Good. So, anyways. All right. Everybody share. All right. Anybody else want to say something before the live stream, man?
Hey. Planet before profit.
Alright, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Erick the Goat Guy. Share the video. Share the video.
We've actually met him before.
Alright.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Alright, goodbye. I love you. Bye-bye. Make sure you share the video. Until next time.
I wonder. One last picture. We'll send it to them. Yeah.
It can.